Today, I'm going to show you how to save a ton of money overall in maintenance on your vehicle. Now, this specific video is how to replace an engine air filter in a 2013 to 2019 Escape, but this principle still applies to every vehicle. The placement of each of these filters may be slightly different. However, we're going to go over how to identify the placement and how to do it. And in the end, this is going to save you thousands in the end over the life of your vehicle. So to get started, we're going to start with the engine air filter. Now, generally speaking, when you're looking at the engine, you're going to see a box that has an air tube that goes into your throttle body on the front of your engine. Now, this is a side mounted, but typically it would be somewhere about here and going off to the side on either side. But in this specific example, we're going to remove the O2 sensor. And by doing that, we're going to pop this red safety tab and then push down on this clip and pull it straight off. Next, you have these black metal clamps. You're just going to pull that one off. And then there's another one you can't really see, but it's right here. It looks exactly the same. Just pull that back. And it is slid into this mounting bracket. So to take it off, we're just going to slowly lift up and slide to the left, then pull it all the way over here to the side. Now, we don't have a new engine air filter with us today. It's still coming in the mail, but this air filter looks like it definitely needs to be replaced. Has it had a replacement about a year or two? Now, this can have some significant consequences with gas mileage and the overall engine health. So definitely make sure to replace these in the correct amount of time. Now, to replace it, you would just point this side up, slide it back in, just make sure it's seated properly. Then take your cover, line it back up with the holes on this mounting bracket, slide it back in place, replace those clamps, do it on the other side as well. Now take your engine O2 sensor, slide it back over, and press that red safety pin back in place. Now for this vehicle, to get to the cabin air filter, you're going to need a T20 screwdriver or a T20 for a socket wrench. For the placement of your cabin air filter, most of the time you're going to find them at the back. You're going to find a little door in your glove box, or you might have to take off your glove box and it will be behind it. And sometimes, and like in this case, the cabin air filter is actually placed under the glove box. So on the Ford Escape, you have two pins, one right here and one right here. Now in this case, we're actually missing one of the clamps, but to pull this clamp off, you would just pinch it and pull down. Then you would pull this little cover down off of those little pins. Next, you're going to take your T20 and come to the back here where you see this little door and this screw. So go ahead and take that off. After you've taken that screw out, you're going to see these two arms right here. You pinch them together and pull out. And then you're going to be able to see your cabin air filter. Now that we've got this out, you can see this one is in desperate need of replacement. Again, we're still waiting on my new one, so we're going to go ahead and put this one back in. Now, when you come to your new air filter, you're going to want to come to the top of it, and then look where it says airflow. You're typically going to see two arrows, and you want to make sure that they're pointing towards you and inwards to the cabin of the vehicle, because otherwise, you're pretty much doing nothing. And for this to work, you have to have it pointing in that direction. Now, to put it in back position, you're going to want to squeeze it as much as you can because it's in a very tight area. You're going to want to take the top, squeeze it and push it forward in, then twist it to the side in the correct position, and then finish sliding it all the way in. After you have your air filter back in place, you're going to take that little cover that you have and point it this way, Place it back in position while squeezing those 2 tabs. Push forward. Now take your screw right here, place it back in the hole that you originally took it out of, screw it back in. After you have that screwed back in, you're going to want to take your cover that you originally took off, slide it back into place, and then replace those holes in over the pins. Take your little clamp here, slide it over that yellow pin, and you're done. So it really is that easy. Now, over the life of your vehicle, you're going to save an absolute fortune, because for the dealer or Jiffy Lube or someplace like that to do this, it would cost you about $150 for them to do both air filters. And for the $20 or $30 that it's going to cost you to do the air filters yourself, it seems like a no-brainer to me, especially when there's basically no tools involved and almost no knowledge required. And if you had it behind your glove box, it's just a drawer and it would take you about 5 seconds. Now, I hope this video was very helpful, and I would really appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps me out with the algorithm, and I'm really trying to get more videos out there so I can grow the channel. Anyway, please click the notification bell, and thank you for watching. You mean a lot to me.